All right, I'm calling to order the regular meeting of the zoning administrator for the city of San Clemente. My name is Cecilia Gallardo-Daly. I'm the zoning administrator. The first item of business is to receive and file the minutes of the zoning administrator meeting of June 23rd, 2020. So received and filed. The next item on the agenda is, and you're doing a great job on the minutes, by the way, Tamara. They're excellent, so thank you. The next item on the agenda is oral and written communication. This is the time on the agenda for any member of the audience to address the zoning administrator on an item within the purview of the zoning administrator, but not on the agenda. I don't think there's anyone here wishing to speak under oral and written communication. So we'll move on to the next item, and these are the public hearings. Public hearing has a time limitation for applicants of 10 minutes and all other public speakers 3 minutes. It's a public hearing process that includes a staff presentation, a presentation by the applicant not to exceed 10 minutes, and public testimony not to exceed 3 minutes per speaker. Following the closure of the public hearing, the zoning administrator will respond to questions raised during the hearing, discuss the issues, and act upon the matter by motion. Okay, so we have one public hearing item today, and that is a minor conditional use permit for High Tide Grill. And this is at 635 Camino de los Mares, Suite 100. And we will have our staff planner, Sarah Toma, give us a report on this item.
Perfect, thank you, and good afternoon. Today I'll be presenting to you the minor conditional use permit, project number 20-388, High Tide Grill Beer and Wine. This is a request to sell beer and wine for an on-site consumption, indoors and outdoors, at an existing 1,957 square foot restaurant. As you stated, the project is located at 635 Camino de los Mares on Suite 100, and the project is zoned for community commercial. Currently, the property is developed with an existing 3-story, 24,000 square foot commercial building, and has 76 parking stall on site. And the current tenants consist of real estate, financial, and medical offices. And there are no residential uses within the 300 foot of the building. On the staff report, you can see on figure 1, there's an aerial view of the project location. For the proposed project, the applicant proposes to establish a restaurant for on-site sale, consumption of beer and wine, indoors and outdoors. The beer and wine will be sold for on-site consumption for food, Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Friday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Again, on the staff report under figure 2 shows the existing conditions of Suite 100, locations of it. In order to comply with ABC's requirements for an outdoor gated barrier was provided by the applicant. The proposed gates at the entrance, that's at the northeast corner and the southwest corner of the outdoor patio. And per the city's code, for minor exterior modification, the city requires a minor architectural permit, and within the non-residential and mixed-use site. And then this part of the project, however, is eligible for a staff waiver pursuant that it is approved today. So staff can process it once the MCUP is approved. On page 3 of the staff report, staff has provided on figure 3 through 5, provided just an example of the current images or current existing site, as well as some renderings of the main entry and the exit gates. And this is just to prevent patrons from, going outside with their beverage outside of the area. On page 4, staff provided a detailed analysis of the parking. So to meet parking requirements, staff provided details of the calculations in the staff report, and that shows that it has sufficient parking for the proposed use. So for the approval authority, the zoning administrator approval is required for a minor conditional use permit per our zoning code. And for the project findings, so all required findings have been made in the attached resolution, which is attachment 1 of the staff report, for the service of beer and wine, indoor and outdoor, for on-site consumption at the restaurant. And I'm just gonna read all the findings just to make sure that we have met them. So for the beer and wine services at the restaurant, indoor and outdoor, is a conditionally permitted use for the community commercial zone and is consistent with our general plan. The site is suitable for this type and intensity of the use that is proposed, and in the sale and the consumption of beer is contained entirely within the building and outdoor gated parameters. And the business operation hours cease no later than 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 p.m. Friday through Sunday. And the proposed on-site sale of beer and wine for indoors and outdoor consumption is ancillary to the restaurant use permitted by the commercial community for zoning district. Again, the restaurant is approximately 380 feet away from the nearest residential use. The proposed use will not be detrimental to the public health, safety, or welfare, and that the proposed restaurant is small and located in a commercial center with no residential uses within 300 feet. The project has also been conditioned to ensure that the business complies with all applicable codes and incorporates best management practices. The proposed use is consistent with existing and permitted uses in the area. The development management team, or DMT, which includes the Orange County Sheriff's Department, reviewed the project, and all their comments have been satisfactorily addressed. And there is sufficient parking available on site to accommodate the proposed use. For the CEQA analysis, the project is categorically exempt from the requirements of the California Environmental Quality Act, pursuant to guidelines section 15301, which is an existing facility or existing facilities, because this is a minor alteration to an existing structure of facilities involving negligible expansion. For public comments, the project was noticed in accordance with our zoning code, and staff has not received any public comments. And staff recommends, based on the information in the staff report, and subject to the required findings and conditions of approval, staff recommends that the zoning administrator, 1, determine that the project is categorically exempt from CEQA, and 2, adopt resolution ZA 22015 approving minor conditional use permit, project number 20-388, High Tide Grill Beer and Wine. And with that, staff concludes the presentation.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, I don't have any follow-up questions for staff, so I'll open it up to the applicant. Would the applicant like to say anything about the project or make any comments or address the zoning administrator?
We don't have no comments. We want to open as soon as possible, and we've been waiting for a year. And then COVID hit, so we've been paying rent and under pressure from landlord, and we will comply with the city, and we want to serve this community. We are part of this community, and we will have a great food, breakfast, and not too much emphasis on beer and wine. It will be maybe some mimosa on the breakfast, so it's not a bar style which can be jeopardizing the community or public safety.
Okay. And could you just state your name for the record?
Zaki Ahmadi, I'm the owner. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And when do you plan on opening?
Maybe tomorrow.
When can I put it on my calendar? For lunch. Breakfast.
We're
Yes.
supposed to open last year, but
Okay.
COVID hit, so hopefully we get your CUP, our beer and wine license,
Yeah.
were approved last year, so we are ready.
Okay.
Yes, we'll definitely invite the city and do grand opening.
Thank you. All right, that sounds great. Okay, at this time, I'm going to open the public hearing. Do we have any speaker slips? Anyone wishing to speak up?
We do not.
We do not. Okay, so I will close the public hearing. I am familiar with the site, the previous location of Dunkin' Donuts. You know what, actually, I do have one question. For the gates that are going to be installed, is it going to be colors and materials similar to what we see out there, the black wrought iron?
Yep. Iron, it's the exact same thing.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you. I have read through the findings and the conditions of approval. I concur with the findings that staff read into the record. So I am able to approve the project. So with that, I will determine that the project is categorically exempt from the requirements of CEQA pursuant to CEQA guidelines section 15301, class 1 existing facilities. And I approve resolution ZA 22-015, minor conditional use permit 20-388, High Tide Grill. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, moving on here. The next item on the agenda is new business. Seeing none, we'll move to the next item, old business. Seeing none, I will adjourn to the next regular meeting of the zoning administrator to be held at 3 p.m. on Thursday, August 4th, 2022 in the Community Development Department, first floor community room. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.